Billionaire entrepreneur steps into his office and hears a 9-year-old homeless boy shouting at him to stop signing. He never expected the reason. Stop signing anything. The urgent voice echoed through the empty executive suite like an alarm. Alexander Hayes, founder of Hayes Tech Solutions, paused with his pen hovering over the contract, still in the doorway of his glass-walled office. The warning had come from behind his massive oak desk. His gaze sharpened on the dimly lit corner, where a scruffy boy of about 9 was crouched, his eyes filled with desperation. "They're watching," the boy hissed, glancing toward the hallway leading to the boardroom. "Your VP and his red-haired girlfriend. They said you'd be alone here tonight." Alexander was 48 and had built Hayes Tech from a garage startup into a $300 million software empire. He had relied on his vice president, Ethan Reed, for 12 years, and his personal secretary, Sophia Lane, for 8. "How did you sneak in here?" he murmured, easing the door shut without alerting security. "The janitor forgot to lock the side door after mopping. I slipped in because I overheard them plotting in the break room." The boy's sharp eyes gleamed with a cleverness that clashed with his torn jeans and oversized jacket. "They said that by morning, you won't own a dime of this place." Alexander's pulse quickened. Morning was the big deal, closing with European investors for a $500 million acquisition, a deal Ethan and Sophia had handled every detail of. "What else?" he asked, feigning interest in his phone while scanning the security cameras on the 15th floor. "That you're too trusting and you'll sign without double-checking the fine print." The red-haired woman smirked and said that tomorrow you'll be begging for scraps. The boy huddled smaller. "They said worse stuff about you, but my grandpa taught me not to curse in front of strangers." Alexander felt rage bubbling up, mixed with an odd sense of gratitude. This kid had put himself in danger to alert a total outsider about a scheme. "What's your name?" "Tyler." "And you're Alexander Hayes because they kept mocking your name." He paused. "You gonna call the cops on me now?" For the first time in months, Alexander grinned sincerely. "No, Tyler. You might have just rescued my whole legacy." Through the window, he saw the boardroom lights flickering off. Ethan and Sophia were likely heading out, smug that tomorrow would seal Alexander's downfall. What they didn't realize was that a billionaire had just gained the most unexpected partner, and that Tyler, unknowingly, had handed him more than any board meeting ever could, a chance to strike back. As he locked the office, Alexander's mind raced with ideas. But why would a 9-year-old gamble everything to help a man he'd never met? The answer would reshape not just his payback, but his entire view on loyalty. If this tale of deceit and triumph moved you, hit subscribe for more stories where the overlooked become the heroes of their own undoing. Alexander navigated the dark, city streets in his sleek Tesla, replaying Tyler's words like code debugging in his head. In the passenger seat, the boy stayed vigilant, checking the side mirrors. "Did they spill more?" he whispered, voice steady. "The woman said you're like a clueless puppy following treats." Tyler wrinkled his nose. "And that tomorrow you'll learn puppies can turn on their handlers." The sheer malice in that jab struck Alexander like a glitch in his system. 12 years of collaboration, 8 years of blind faith in Sophia, and they viewed him as a disposable tool. "Where's home for you, Tyler?" "Nowhere fixed." He shrugged like it was normal. "Sometimes the orphanage, sometimes alleys. Depends if there's space or if the bigger kids are bullying." Alexander braked at a red light and faced him squarely. "Why warn me? You don't know me from a stranger." Tyler's gaze held an old soul wisdom. "'Cause I get what it's like when folks act like you're invisible. They trash-talked you like you're worthless." His tone hardened. Grandpa said, "If you spot someone getting crushed and you can lift them, you do it, 'cause it might be your turn next." The light flipped green, but Alexander lingered, soaking in the raw humanity from a 9-year-old. Half an hour later, they sat in a quiet, all-night cafe. Tyler wolfed down pancakes while Alexander nursed black coffee. His phone buzzed. A text from Ethan. "Pumped for tomorrow, Chief? The Euros will eat up our pitch. You'll walk away loaded." Alexander flashed the screen to Tyler, who chuckled quietly. "Bold liar, huh? Gaslighting you while grinning. Ethan's always been slick, persuasive." Alexander fired off a casual response, hiding the fury inside. "Sophia, too. She manages my calendar, knows my every move. She controls the firm's access, and you're letting them dupe you tomorrow." Alexander's smile turned real. "Not anymore, Tyler. But they can't suspect I know." Another ping, this from Sophia. "Alex, contracts are flawless for signing. Lean on me like always." The fake warmth in that note twisted his gut. For 8 years, Sophia had been his rock, handling his agenda, codes, vulnerabilities. "They got dirt on you?" Tyler asked, syrup on his chin. "Everything. Accounts, passwords, safe locations." The betrayal scale hit hard. "They've plotted for ages, but you've got years of intel on them too, right?" Alexander froze mid-sip. Tyler nailed it. 12 years of joint ventures, 8 of close aid. He knew. Ethan's shady side deals he hid. Sophia's padded expense reports, the overheard whispers, accidental email glimpses. "Kid, you're sharper than most execs I hire. Grandpa said when you've got zilch, you tune into everything." He dabbed his mouth. "They peg you as dumb, but you're not, are you?" Alexander felt a spark he hadn't in years, resolve laced with optimism. "Nope." His phone rang. Ethan, probably tying up loose ends, tightening the noose. Alexander picked up, voice all buddy-buddy. "Alex, good you're up. Sophia and I are wrapping. Tweaks. Rest easy. Tomorrow's huge. I'm solid, Ethan. Eager to watch it play out. It'll be seamless. Trust us, we've got it covered. Just arrive and initial where Sophia points." The cockiness dripped through. They truly saw him as a marionette dancing to their tune. Post-call, Tyler eyed him. "You're scheming, aren't you?" Your vibe shifted. Every snide remark, veiled lie, phony pat on the back from recent weeks clicked. Ethan and Sophia hadn't merely shattered trust. They'd dismissed his fight-back smarts. What they overlooked, building empires taught Alexander that top plays aren't flashy. They're stealthy. While they toasted early wins, he was poised to flip their hubris into their doom. Next dawn, Alexander rose with laser focus absent for months. Tyler snoozed on the guest bed, bundled in fresh linens. He watched the boy who'd flipped his fate overnight. Phone vibrated. Sophia's 5:45 a.m. text. "Morning, boss. In since 4:30 prepping. Euros land at noon. Trust me and sign as usual." Alexander smirked coldly. The same Sophia grinding to rob him blind, posing as loyal aide. "You're plotting, Tyler," mumbled, yawning from the hall. "Your eyes got that gotcha look, like when Grandpa sniffed out fibs." "I need backup, Tyler. Can you sneak back today, eavesdrop more?" The boy straightened. Grave. Risky business. "I know, so I'll hire protection." Alexander had decided overnight. "I got an ex-security consultant, Mia Vargas. She vetted partners for me till last year." Mia answered promptly, voice crisp and wary. "Alex? Thought you ghosted after they axed my gig." Irony hit. Ethan and Sophia canned her sighting costs. Now he saw why. She dug too deep. "Mia, that wasn't my call." Quiet, then a wry chuckle. Suspected so. Ethan hated nosy pros. "What's up?" 90 minutes later, Mia sat in Alexander's den, eyeing Tyler with respect and worry. A 42-year-old ex-detective with keen instincts and no-nonsense demeanor. So this pint-sized spy busted a $300 million heist. Mia shook her head, impressed. "Tyler, you're a natural sleuth," Grandpa said with nothing. "You hear everything?" he replied, munching cereal. Mia unpacked her laptop. "Alex, while Tyler saved your Empire, I dug solo. Never bought my firing. Screens lit with charts, emails, logs. Ethan and Sophia aren't just backstabbers, they're crooks. Proof was damning. Shady wires, bogus deals, ghost vendors. Over 3 years, they'd skimmed $7 million, weaving fake entities. The Euro buyout is an expansion, Mia said. It's a wash cycle. Your signature green lights backdated frauds. Then they boot you, all tidy. Alexander's anger chilled. Not mere betrayal, full-blown theft ring. They looted what I coded from scratch, he growled. Turned my faith into their slush fund. Tyler piped up. Now it heats up. They think you're clueless, but you've got a pro and a sharp kid, and they're clueless about us. Phone rang. Ethan. Buddy, hope you recharged. Sophia and I pulled an all-nighter polishing. Euros'll love our setup. No doubt, Alexander said evenly. Quick note, Ethan added, smugness evident. Sophia says skip doc review today. Too jargon heavy. You've always deferred to us, yeah? Just show and dot the I's where she flags. The gall was sickening. They figured they could swipe $300 million and leave him thanking them. After disconnecting, Mia studied Alexander. Options. Alert authorities now, risk them lawyering out, or let them self-sabotage. Attend as the dupe they expect, but strike. As the hunter they never foresaw. Tyler bounced eagerly. Like a flick. Act like you'll sign, but you're loaded with facts. Mia grinned first time. Spot on. While they pop corks early, you drop the hammer with airtight proof. Another buzz. Sophia's. Text. Alex, you're the top boss ever. Post today, our team's unbreakable. The two-faced vibe nauseated him. Sophia wasn't just thieving, she savored his planned crush. They see me as a soft fool, Alexander said, pocketing his device. Mistake kindness for frailty. Mia shut her laptop. Gaze steely. Time to prove mercy and cunning make a lethal mix. Tyler hopped up, fired. I can assist. Sneak near the boardroom, record on your spare phone. Alexander wavered. He's just 9. But recalled Tyler's bold warning. Okay, but Mia shadows. You constantly. Mia nodded. Delight to see those snakes learn they messed with the wrong crew. As they hashed the finale, Alexander felt a rush long gone, the hunt's thrill. Ethan and Sophia built their flawless snare for 3 years. Unbeknownst in hours, it had snapped shut on them, wrecking plans and futures. For 12 years, he'd been the steadfast ally, forgiving leader, optimist in people. Today, they'd meet kindness's fierce flip, when forbearance snaps. The close was noon, but by 12:05, Ethan and Sophia would find the meek sheep they'd herded to ruin had sprouted claws. And today, he'd slash deep. At noon precise, Alexander strode into Hayes Tech's sleek boardroom like routine. Ethan and Sophia prepped folders with surgical care. Alex! Ethan rose, beaming, clasping like kin. Thrilled you're here. Euros inbound. All set. Sophia neared with a sleek portfolio, warm grin. Boss, just initial the yellow tabs. Rely on me, per usual. Her tone. Patronized like to a kid. Absolutely, Alexander said coolly. But first, something intriguing I unearthed overnight. Mia Vargas entered, toting evidence binders tailed by 2 FBI agents. Ethan and Sophia swapped fleeting looks, smiles holding. Mia? Ethan arched a brow. Thought we cut ties. We did, Mia shot back. Now I serve the true founder. Alexander linked his tablet to the screen. Ethan, Sophia, recall this chat? Display flared with transaction trails, dates, sums, $7,200,000 siphoned over 3 years. Sophia's grin cracked. Alex, prank? Prank? Alexander. Advanced slides. Images. Ethan at shady offshore meets, forged signatures, sham invoices. You spun 19 dummy firms to rinse your steals. Ethan bolted up, facade crumbling. How'd you snag this? It's confidential. Confidential? Alexander chuckled low. Ethan, You think I scaled to $300 million sans self-defense skills? Sophia steadied, but her grip shook on the binder. Alex, misconstrued. These ops are legit. Mia cut in, passing packets to agents. Here's audio of their fraud plotting for the buyout. And these, statements from 4 invented suppliers primed to testify. Ethan's, cheeks flushed with fury and fear, can't stick. Mere claims. Alexander smiled genuine since entry. Ethan, meet Tyler. Who's Tyler? Door swung. The 9-year-old entered with a caseworker, gaze resolute as he neared the table. Hey, Mr. Ethan, he said sweetly, yet firm. Remember? I hid in the vent yesterday when you phoned Ms. Leclerc, bragging you'd swipe Mr. Alexander's firm. Room went tomb silent. Ethan stammered wordlessly. Sophia played desperate. A street urchin? You'd trust that over pros? Mia hit play on her device. Sophia's voice boomed clear. Alex is a gullible sap. Tomorrow, job hunting for him. We take all. That fool won't see it coming. Ethan's followed. 12 years faking loyalty to that dolt. Payoff. When his face drops at 0. Sophia slumped, pallid. Ethan slammed the table, papers scattering. You trapped us. Alexander stayed composed, tone edged. No trap. You excavated your pit for years. I supplied dirt. An agent stepped up. Ethan Reed. Sophia Lane, arrested for fraud, laundering, corporate conspiracy. Cuffs snapped on Ethan's wrists. He snarled, This won't hold. I'll ruin you. Alexander straightened his cufflinks calmly. Ethan, you attempted my ruin. I'm just superior at it. Sophia wept quietly as led away, but Alexander felt 0 mercy. Recalled. Her smiles while plotting his end. All those caring texts amid scheming. Tyler tugged his sleeve. Mr. Alexander, jail for real? Yep. Tyler. Long haul. Mia packed up, pleased. Alex Euros bailed on scandal news, but 4 rivals called for clean alliances, and my firm's robust sans bloodsuckers. You'll see it's true value. As the space cleared, Alexander gazed out at the departing cop car. 12 years trusting Ethan utterly. 8 treating Sophia as kin. They'd warped his goodwill to flaw, faith to folly. Tyler lingered, viewing the scene. Mr. Alexander, bummed. He eyed the boy who'd preserved his life's work. Nah. Tyler. First time. In ages, serene. Why? Learned folks like you exist, doing right sans gain. Out there, Ethan and Sophia grasped their ego-cost careers and liberty. In here, Alexander saw betrayal's odd boon, revealing trust's true keepers. But one puzzle lingered, altering all. What drives a 9-year-old to stake all saving a stranger? The reveal would unearth a bond Alexander never dreamed. 8 months on, Alexander sat in his expanded HQ, overlooking the skyline from the 25th floor. Hayes Tech surged 50% post-arrest, unshackled from drains. Mia rapped the door, briefcase in tow, grinning. Updates on ex-pals. Ethan, 14 years locked. Sophia, 10. Assets seized for restitution. Their lawyers ditched when bribery bids surfaced. And more marks. 9 entrepreneurs they scammed last decade. All litigating, recouping. Their web was vast. Tyler dashed in from the elite academy Alexander funded. Uniform crisp, backpack slung, eyes aglow with smarts, now fueled by stability and learning. Mr. Alexander, aced my science quiz. He brandished the sheet. Proud, Tyler. Knew you'd crush. Mia smiled at the duo. Wild how a 9-year-old salvaged a $300 million titan. Wait, Alexander said, kneeling to Tyler's level. Something for you both. He fetched a file of records. Tyler. Your grandpa's name? Theodore Hayes? Sure. Why? Mia's brows shot up. Hayes like... Alexander flipped open. Certificates? Family trees, vintage pics. Theodore was my uncle's son, kin we lost touch with 35 years back. Room hushed. Tyler scanned docs to Alexander. So we're legit family, Alexander murmured. Your grandpa raved to aides about your grit and brains. Post that night probe, dots connected. Tyler hugged fierce, eyes wet. Felt it. Grandpa said family guards, family. Mia swallowed emotion. So his alert, kin gut call, Alexander rapped. Unaware Ty, but instinct knew. 4 months later, adoption finalized in the courthouse of Ethan and Sophia's trial. Tyler, now Tyler Hayes in a sharp suit, gripped Alexander's hand. Judge beamed signing. Rare, crime spawns reunited kin. At the fest dinner, Tyler eyed Alexander solemnly. Mr. Alexander, Dad, think Grandpa foresaw? Alexander pondered, recalling Tyler's timely entry. Bet he knew plenty, and he'd beam at you saving our line. On the bust's first anniversary, 2 prison mails arrived. Ethan's. Lame sorry, mix-up. Sophia's, finger-pointing Ethan, victim pose. Alexander shredded unread. They missed the point, Tyler said, eyeing scraps. Ain't forgive or not. It's advance. Improve. The kid's insight still floored Alexander daily. 6 years hence, Hayes Tech ranked top 50 tech giants nationwide. Alexander launched a mentorship fund for at-risk youth, backing schooling and homes for $300+ yearly. Tyler, now 15, funds youth chair, picking recipients, guiding peers through past-like hardships. Best life day? Tyler queried at fund gala. What? Climbing your desk, choosing trust. Save not just your biz, our clan. Alexander beamed at his son, pride's core. Ethan and Sophia aimed to raise his build. Instead, gifted life's peak. A sun, mission, evidence that Cosmos deploys improbable souls for precise needs. If this yarn of kin, equity, fresh starts stirred you, subscribe for tales affirming win ain't crushing foes. It's unearthing sidekicks ever present, awaiting their cue.